I found LiveFlow, and the pricing was great. That it seemed like they could do everything that I wanted it to, and I signed up. And once I dug under those templates, it was a lot more than I signed on for, which was the best possible outcome, because it enabled me to figure out what I was actually looking for rather than just shooting in the dark. So we are a 20-person, currently 20-person marketing agency that's focused on business outcomes, mainly focused in the digital space. Most of our clients are in tech, but we're kind of venturing into the government sector as well. So as you can imagine, with government, your accounting and finances have to be very buttoned up and clean. And we got started in about 2016. Our president, Greg, was doing some consulting engagements at the time, and that was just kind of go-to-market strategy and just very, very high level. And it was more, more consulting and speaking engagements that he was doing. And then his clients were asking for little, marketing, marketing, packages, and he hired our content director, Aaron Rosenbluth, and that consisted of just like a few blogs and some social media posts, nothing really impactful at the time. And that's when Greg kind of realized he had the need for the scale. So our current creative director knew our president, Greg. Him and I were working together at the same, at another agency. We got together and said, hey, let's approach Greg and see if we can make something a little bit more impactful, and see if we can grow a business to meet his needs and the scale. So when we started at the time, we were 4 people, and as you can imagine, with a lean, robust team, we're wearing every single hat in the agency, right? So me personally, I was doing everything from account management, project management, operations, accounting, you name it, I was doing it all. Then COVID hit, and for some reason during COVID, the agency model that we provide, just kind of took off. I think people were really, really frustrated with the fact that, there was no measurable marketing outcomes, and we had figured out a way to measure those outcomes for them and ensure that, we provide an ROI rather than just something pretty without any metrics behind it. So, that's really how we got our start and our philosophy behind marketing. We want that seat back at the table, to be able to make those decisions with the C-suite rather than take orders. So we'll always do what's right for our clients. We'll always make sure that we're telling the truth. Transparency is huge in our agency, mainly because let's chat about what your needs are and how we're going to solve those. So currently we work with anywhere between 30 to 50 clients at a time, depending on what stage they're in, whether it's the beginning branding stage, or if it's the, as we call it, amplification, which is the outbound and inbound marketing machines. So that's a little bit about us. At the time when I became in charge of operations, after we grew, we structured a team. I had a lot of responsibility thrown on me, and I was looking for something that I didn't even know what I was looking for, right? I was trying to learn, grow in my accounting. I understand the operations side of everything very well, but at that time I didn't understand the accounting section and what KPIs I was actually looking for. So, the objective was to figure out what our client cost is, right? What does that look like, both with our product, which is time, and then also with any cost of goods or SG&A or all of that taken in, so I could figure out what is my hourly rate to keep the doors open. And that was what I started, and I realized that there was a lot more that I needed to understand to get to that point. So I was really looking for something that could pull data into Google Sheets from QuickBooks Direct, so it reduces both the amount of time that I was spending doing that, pulling reports at end of month and transferring over, our essentially client costs plus our agency costs and everything, into a sheet, so that I could take into account the product, which is the time again, and figure out what that cost me. And it was taking me 3 or 4 days to to do that. And I just needed a solution to get those numbers into QuickBooks. And that's really all I was looking for. And then once I found, and at that time, I couldn't find anything that could actually do that, right? So I tried three or four different things. I had another another vendor that was trying to create a custom solution for me. And then just going through the vendor list of in QuickBooks, and doing different searches and just kind of, following the breadcrumbs, I found LiveFlow, and the pricing was great. That it seemed like they could do everything that I wanted it to, and I signed up. And once I dug under those templates, it was a lot more than I signed on for, which was the best possible outcome, because it enabled me to figure out what I was actually looking for rather than just shooting in the dark. Yeah, that was what I was looking for at the time, but then it kind of transformed into different needs of, okay, let's measure, year over year, month over month. Let's take a look at, actual budgeting now that we're big enough. And what the forecast and actuals look like, and compare it and see how we're doing. And then down to making sure that our clients are profitable, that we're profitable with them. So, taking those costs and understanding, okay, what's our margin with this client? And what does everything look like at the end of the day? And really opened our eyes to see, okay, there's 5 or 6 clients that we're not profitable on. Why? Right. And to dig into that. And it really allowed me to grow as, a finance, my skills in finance, to make sure that I could take a look at everything on a high level and know when to drill down to see what the issue is. And that's something LiveFlow really helped, bring to light, was a lot of that. So, it helped me, get our clients profitable, in a roster of clients that are profitable, to be a profitable business. And that's a great question. So I have, I think I'm using 39 different reports that I use, and that's everything down from the 13-week cash forecast that you guys just built recently, and I'm still messing with that one, but it's been super helpful. Sales summaries, both cash and accrual, the COGS by customer I use a lot to pull in that information. I get the P&L, the balance sheet, all into QuickBooks, and then APAR reports. And then again, that budgets versus actuals template. So I use that to parse information down and really get the short KPIs that our president is looking for, which is, the health of the company, to year over year profitability, and year to date income, and what our cash flow looks like. So that we can take that information and make some decisions. Absolutely. The good news here is I don't even remember our onboarding, that makes it, it was that easy, right? Yeah. And then once I got in there, the LiveFlow team was extremely responsive. They would come back in less than a day with questions, and even asking the questions that I probably should have understood at the time, right? They were, you guys were very patient with me as somebody who didn't have a lot of experience with accounting and finance, and really helped me enable and gave suggestions to that point, right? Of okay, let's do a discovery call and see what you are actually looking for, so that I can try to help you build what you need. I mean, 100%. I think the whole thing was unexpected for me, because it again, I didn't expect to become such an advanced user of Google Sheets, and understand the formulas in the way that I do. I didn't expect to have a financial model that's built out. We're a $4 million 20-person company that in our operations and finance is built out as a enterprise framework. We're clean, and it helps me operate super well. And I didn't expect to have such a good grasp on the finances of our business, which is just beyond exciting for me, so that I can really take a look at it at a high level and not just put data in. So really, the unexpected is it solves for another employee, somebody to do data entry. And I didn't expect that. So yeah, and strong yes, and I already have. I mentor a gal from a friendly agency that we partner with quite a bit, and she's just starting her operations journey and kind of the accounting, understanding. And so, I told her to look at LiveFlow already to do it, and kind of told her my experience of not understanding finance to understanding what KPIs I need. So, um, you know, I really do think LiveFlow is the cornerstone of what I know now in finance. So and it made it really easy. Not only that, it saves me 3 to 4 days a month, and also make sure that that single source of truth, the data coming from QuickBooks, is accurate. When you're looking at a spreadsheet for 3 days and putting manual data, you make a lot of mistakes. So, and in the end, thinking about it, it probably saves more than 3 or 4 days, because I'm not wondering if that data is correct and then, rehashing it and making sure.